going to be tiny. I hope they're tiny. They'll be tiny, tiny ant people. Hello. Welcome back to another Guns of Glory video with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for all of your previous reviews, likes, comments, suggestions, subscriptions, and all of that jazz. I completely and utterly appreciate it. And thank you so much. Keep it up. It's absolutely amazing. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about formations. As I've said before, this video series is about the basics of the game. This is not yet about any of the complicated stuff. We're just going to go through the basics. We're going to teach ourselves. We're going to teach you. We're going to teach anybody who wants to be taught. We're also going to ask you for all of your opinions. Comment down below if you think I'm saying the right thing, the wrong thing. Don't call me an idiot, otherwise I'll call you an idiot and then we'll have a fight. But yeah, respectfully, let me know if I've made mistakes and I will try and fix them. I am trying to learn as much as anybody else here, but also trying to impart as much knowledge as I'm learning on a daily basis from this game, which I'm very much enjoying. Now, don't say down below that he speaks too fast, because I do speak too fast, and this is just how it's going to be. Fast speaker. Truth talker. Truth talker? That's a stupid thing to say. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about formations. I've had a few people ask me about this in the alliance I'm in now. A few people that came with me from other games, and they said, well, formations, what do we do with the formations? How do the formations work? What the hell's a formation? Okay, so basically we have this thing called the drill grounds. In the drill grounds, this is where all of your troops are kept. There is a visual representation of that just here. Hello! Hey guys, how you doing? Everybody cool? This is going to look awesome when we have like 10 billion troops, isn't it? They're going to be tiny. I hope they're tiny. They'll be tiny, tiny ant people. Basically here, guys, you can see that we have all of these troop types here, and it lists them all here, lists them all their tier levels, etc., etc., etc. It tells you the total amount of troops that you have. If you send some of these troops out, this might say 80,000. Let's just test that now. Go like so, like so. Ba, ba, ba. I love this music, but it gets a little bit annoying after about half an hour. Sorry, a little bit of lag when I'm recording on the computer here. So if we send somebody out together, let's just send our small boys. Daddy Christmas there. Bang, like so. So we sent 4,900 troops out, and if we pop back into the formation, then we should be able to see that those troops are now gone. Exactly. So this total troops here tells us the total amount of troops we have within our castle at that point in time. This is not the total amount of troops we could fit. This is not the total amount of troops in total. This is just the total amount of troops within our castle at this point in time. Total upkeep here is how much food these guys are eating on a daily basis. Now, every single member of your troops require food, and this food is decided on a tier level. If we pop in here, so you can see these guys are tier level 7, the Culverins, and they require 1.4 foods per time unit. I don't know what it is, per day, per something, per hour probably. 1.4 per one. Yeah, that is the same for all tier 7 troops. Okay, so if we pop over here and we have a look in the shooting grounds over here, train. How much? This is a tier 8. He requires 1.6, and this tier 7s here. What do they require? 1.4. So all tiers require the same amount of food. Yeah, 1.4 each. So all of your troops added up are going to be requiring this much food per day. This is quite a lot of food, and obviously you're going to need to be producing as much food as you possibly can in order to not go into the negatives. March slots. So basically, guys, your march slots, so you can send out 4, 1, 7, 600 kind of journeys or trips at a time. Okay, so how many marches you can do. When you start the game, you're only allowed to do 1 at a time, then you're allowed to do 2, 3, 4. These increase through your research and through your VIP level. We can check in here, VIP 8 march slots. You can see that VIP 8, we gained 1 more. So previous to this, we only had 3 march slots. Now we have 4. Fantastic. And we can see the next one's going to come into the next march slots. There we go. VIP 11, we're going to get an extra march slot there, which is lovely to hear. That means we can do 5 journeys at the same time, which is fantastic. And then we have here wounded troops. Okay, this is not too much of an hassle. You'll see the wounded troops because the hospitals will light up red, and you can do that. Okay, right. So that's kind of the basics on this kind of screen here. Then what we come to is we come to the formations. Okay, so this is where you decide your march slots. Now you can see here we have a whole list of 1 through to 6. Now obviously I don't have 6 march slots. I only have 4. I don't know why those are unlocked. Maybe I unlocked some with some research. No, I only have 4. I'm sure I have 4. But basically, guys, what we can do here is we can assign certain guards to certain preset formations. Okay, think of this as like a fast way of deciding. All your troops are basically sitting in a big circle, and what you're doing is you're not just going every time you want to fight, you're picking them all up and throwing them out. what you're doing is you're presetting. So you're saying troop, army number 1, army number 2, army number 3, formation 1. Captain, take out your squad. Blah 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 blah. So the idea is that you preset various formations in order to do various types of tasks. Now the way I've done it is that I've set my formation 1 as the strong. Wait, what's that? I don't know why it's doing that. I didn't touch that. I've set my formation 1 as my strongest guys. Okay. Now, I roughly say that probably twice a day I will check my formations and change them depending on how many troops I've trained, whether I've upgraded any troops, and whether my hero or my guards have been upgraded in any certain way. Currently, and some people are going to complain about this, currently you can see that I have here, these 2 guards are not necessarily the best guards for these type of troops. Obviously, and we're going to talk about guards in a separate video, but obviously this guy is focused on the distance or the shooting type troops, and this one is focused on the infantry. Now, currently, I have only 6,000 infantry, plus 11, so 17,000 infantry in this one, but I do have 50,000 sharpshooters or distance troops. So it's not necessarily good to have this lady here. However, she's the best I have at the time, and I'm okay with this for now. Don't worry, I will change it later. It'll all be upgraded and fixed up. But this is basically my best formation. This is the formation I'm happiest with. This is the formation that is the fastest. This is the formation that has the best and highest level of troops that I possibly have at this point. You can see there's no artillery in this one. There's also no spearmen or these guys here, even though I do have some of those troops ready. And shortly, I will take out all of these guys, the frontline gunners infantry. I will make them into a separate formation and start promoting them to become into this level here. Okay. My second formation is basically my main gatherers. Okay, and this is, I kind of use this as a place where I put troops that I want to upgrade, but I'm not upgrading them yet. Okay, so you can see here, this basically just has the infantry that I've not upgraded yet. Those guys there and these guys down here. This over time is going to become a better, more dedicated carrying capacity, and that means that I will put in a bit more artillery because they carry the most as well. Yeah, my formation 3 again is just my artillery, and I use this basically as a kind of just a gathering. These guys literally come in, go out, come in, go out, come in, go out. I've talked before in other videos that I do train artillery simply for the fact that you can get some rewards for training 150 artillery a day, and that they do carry the largest amount of stuff. Okay, they have a load of that is, I think it's almost 50% more than every other troop type. So that's why I have artillery. So then we have a formation 3 for that point. Formation 4 I haven't set up yet. I should do that. I do have the guards to do it. And what I need to do as well, and it's been actually a couple of days, is go through and reset all of my guards, make sure, because some of them have gone up in level, some of them have not. And I might now start to be able to be focused a little bit more on types. So have an entire formation that is basically just distance, an entire formation that is just cavalry. The more we get, the more interesting it's going to get. The only thing I would say to this is that I'd love to be able to name them. Instead, I don't know why it's doing this. I'm not touching it. I don't know why it's doing that. We're just not going to save anything. But I'm not touching it. It must be something on my mouse. I keep on moving around. But yeah, I'm not touching the screen or anything. But it would be nice to be able to name these formations so that I could go distance formation, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, that's just a little nitpick on my view. So that's kind of the basics of formations and what I think, especially if you're starting a game, you should focus on. You should focus on having one formation that is your top. These are the guys you're going to use to go out and rally with your alliance members. These are the guys you're going to use to hit Red Guard threats every day. And then you should have a couple of ones that are your kind of your backup or your what's it called? Your gathering kind of guys. Yeah. You should also have one set that is, for me, that's the second set here. That is kind of enough troops that can help with building alliance building. But that's for another day, another topic, another such workshop. So that's my ideas on formations. Have 1, 2, 3 at a minimum, and you should be able to get those relatively easy. If you have any questions below on how the formation should work, why I haven't done certain things, let me know, and we can have a discussion about it. As I said, this is me just getting set up. I'm not going to say it's perfect formations yet, but I definitely think in terms of the basic understanding of it, just make sure you have one that is maximum, and then have a couple that are kind of ready to gather as much as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Please click the like button, subscribe if you can. Make sure you eat some cheese today, and I'll see you soon. Bye!